Listen up, cluckheads.
You're listening to Whiskey and Whine
With Rooster and
The Madman, where we talk about common sense, current events,
Constitution.
morals, while comparing drinks of yesteryear to drinks of today.
So sit back, relax, leave us a comment.
Here comes Whiskey and Whine. You are listening to Whiskey and Whine, Cluckheads. Welcome back to episode 3. We have the Wicked Hen, the Ringmaster, in the bunker with us while we're talking current events, common sense, the Constitution, and comparing these fine alcohols.
So for our alcohols today, we're going to make this kind of a special occasion because, you know, it is Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, all you redneck mothers that Jerry Jeff Walker once sung about. If you like, I could sing that.
No, please do not sing anything about Jerry Jeff
All right. That's fine.
I can't make my oven joke. You can't make your Jerry Jeff Walker
joke. So we're going to start out with the first one to compare against is going to be Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi. Go ahead. So, hear that? That is the clicking. The so high. Oh, no, mine didn't really do it. Anyways, that is a nice screw top cap, and I want you to listen to the thud.
That is made of the finest plastic.
That is the finest plastic bottle being beat up against my head.
From recycled dinosaurs.
Even though the bottle is synthetic, I imagine the wine is real.
No, it is not. The remaster's already laughing. He already took a sip.
Yeah. So I got to say, this reminds me of communion wine when I was in the Army.
Pretty sure that wasn't Jesus, buddy.
And I'm not sure it was a church either that I was at.
I looked over. I think the Wicked Hen, she has resorted to just going ahead and pouring this on her salad because it tastes like vinegar.
There's got to be a David Frizzell song in here somewhere that goes with this wine. So for those of you who don't know who he is, Google it.
I'm pretty sure that this is not yesterday's wine that Willie Nelson was singing about.
No. It's definitely not. But you know, let's segue into our first topic if you like.
Let's segue into the first topic.
So first up today, we've coming from us from beautiful San Dimas, California. Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department was trying to do a routine traffic stop.
I can smell the trash in the air from here.
So they tried to pull over a fine, upstanding citizen who was using her cell phone while driving. I know it seems like kind of a sad little law, but it is a traffic law out there. But anyway, so they pulled this lovely woman over, and
this a teacher?
Yeah, and I use lovely woman very, very loosely because she was anything other than lovely. This woman.
First off, I don't really think that you can call her a woman in California anymore.
I don't know if we're allowed to. We're in Texas, so
yeah, that's true.
We still have liberty. Yeah. Anyways, so she was just horrible. She was vile. This one was really tough to watch. She called this deputy sheriff, who happened to be Hispanic, she called him a Mexican racist. Told him he'll always be Mexican. He'll never be white. And then she also accused him of and threatening, and not just accused him of trying to, but accused him of threatening to murder her and her child.
Oh, hey, hold on. I just pulled up the California legal requirements. It actually does not say anywhere in there that you can only be white to be a police officer in California, that they are an equal opportunity employer.
Well, that's good because he was Hispanic, so that definitely fits in the criteria. But this guy, kudos off to you, man. You did a great job. You handled yourself way better than I would have. I definitely would have got a butt chewing for the way I handled that one because it was all on body camera.
I can handle being chewed out.
Yeah, but I've been chewed out before.
All the body cam footage shows that nobody did anything wrong in this situation.
She was the one she was the aggressor in the whole situation. So I think maybe we take a page out of the left, kind of deal with the cancel culture. Is maybe we make this woman should be famous. Maybe she should lose her job teaching because she's teaching children. She's leading the children.
Oh, you mean like how the left did the same thing to Jenna
Correct.
Carino?
Yeah. So let's get that kind of cancel culture going on this one. And I call on all my brothers and sisters in law enforcement to start releasing all of the awesome viral body cam footage that you're keeping a secret of these people losing their mind.
That you need to send to us.
Yes,
so
please.
We can feature it on the video segments coming soon of Whiskey and Whine because I see a great reality series.
Yeah, it's like Cops, except we'll call it Citizens or Crazy Citizens or something. I don't know. I'm not that witty, so.
The fact is that yes. I do believe there needs to be a better vetting process with the police. We don't want people like out there on power trips and ego trips. we don't want people that are. Wicked Hen is doing something over here. We don't want people that are abusing the power, but at the same time, we need people that are good at their job in law enforcement, because I'm not going to call the crackhead that's outside the 7-Eleven at 2 a.m. to come to my house because I've had a burglary.
No, and some of these people have lost their ever-clucking mind. I mean, it's ridiculous.
You've been waiting to say that, haven't you?
I have. That's courtesy of the Wicked Hen, kind of prod me, so. So again, I'm not that witty.
So lost your ever-clucking mind.
Ever-clucking mind.
Well, that just rolled right off the old beak there.
It does, right off the beak.
So, yes, to sit there and say that in professions you shouldn't have bad apples. I do agree. I don't want the guy that was given 7 chances to pass his aviation test to fly my 747 across country. I don't want to take that chance. At the same time, the way that this there's our timer.
Up. Time is up.
All right, so everybody, let's try out this Falls Creek Classic Cabernet. This is from the Texas Winery. This is a 2018. Let's give it the proper sniffer.
It smells like class.
It does not smell like vinegar.
No, it doesn't. It's tasty. I actually, in honor of Mother's Day, feel my estrogen rising. I think that's a good thing.
Are you nipple sensitive?
My nipples are always sensitive, but that's kind of how that works anyway. So
I watched a documentary one time and I learned that you can milk anything with nipples, Greg.
Well, Madman, I have nipples. Can you milk me, the rooster?
Oh, only on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Mainly on Saturdays at 4 p.m.
Okay, well, let's not forget to use the dungeon oil so we don't get any chafing.
We definitely have to use the dungeon oil for no chafed nipples. What is this next topic that's come up? Critical race theory.
Critical race theory.
It got brought back into current events.
Yay!
All right, you know what? Hold on. Because this is something that makes me livid. I grew up in a multiracial household. And whenever I say this, and I've said something like this before, would you rather have 2 dimes and a nickel or a quarter to spend? They both spin the exact same way. They're both 25 cents. All critical race theory is the exact same thing, relabeled, reimagined as stuff like the Ku Klux Klan, as Nazism. There was this guy in the 1930s who was a failed art student.
Yeah, I think I read about him maybe in 1931. He got into politics or something.
Yeah, he got into politics after he was basically rejected from.
Yeah, I mean, people loved him. He was I think he was Time Magazine's Man of the Year.
He was Time Magazine's Man of the Year.
I eventually wish they could have that back.
He basically created a new form of critical race theory at that time, and that resulted in the extermination and genocide of the Jews, specifically the Ashkenazi Jews.
Yeah, it's it doesn't matter what you call it, critical race theory. If you're pitting one race against another race, it is just a bad thing. The only people who think critical race theory was a good idea would be the guy we just talked about, maybe somebody like Stalin or Karl Marx or General Pol Pot or any of these other great people that we're not supposed to look up to, but yet we keep preaching their stuff.
Even if you go back to medieval England, they introduced a term for their feudal ships called prima nocturna, and basically they were trying to breed people out because they wanted one race, the English race. Guess what? That was still critical race theory, and you don't even have to go back that far. I mean, just 30, 40 years ago. Yeah,
you go back and you look at the 3-way, and not the kind that you tell your buddies about or anything like that. Now, there's in Eastern Europe, so the whole Bosnia, Croatia, Serbia kind of thing that they had going on right there. They absolutely used that type of deal where they would rape each other's women and stuff like that to kind of create their own race. Keep you're one race, I'm of another. In this case, it was more religion. But they felt that if we impregnated the enemy women, that they would they'd give birth to children of our religion and our race, and it was just kind of a way of dominating as well as procreation to keep your species, as they like to look at it, kind of going. Which is sad to say in those terms, but that's what these crazy people look at. And then
that's the exact same thing that critical race theory is, though.
Yeah, I mean, and you got these idiots in more modern time like Milosevic and stuff like that who died of nice old age instead of actually reaping what he sowed, kind of stuff like that. So I mean, it's horrible. We shouldn't do it. It's rooted in racism. It doesn't matter which race you say is superior. That is racist in itself.
And I'm very glad that, and this is something, especially in today's culture, that needs to be defined. Is that there's our music.
There's the time.
There's our music. All right, I'm going to take my final sip of this wonderful fall creek.
Yeah, I'm going to take a sip, and then I'm going to try the Woodbridge again and see how I like it.
It feels silky and smooth on my palate.
Kind of makes my tummy warm. Stop staring at me. Madman, stop staring at me. So, the Woodbridge again.
Let's try
compare it. Woodbridge, one more time.
I can see that all of us have taken multiple drinks off the Woodbridge, considering that it's still up in the neck.
That's some liquid courage right there.
Oh, geez.
So, it's affordable. It's safe to drink because it comes in a plastic bottle.
You can, if you drop it at the pool,
you don't need any extra tools to get the cap off. So that's a positive.
Pretty sure I just felt my menopause start drinking.
So there's definitely there's that.
There's pros to it. I mean,
yeah, it's wine colored.
It is wine colored.
So there's
Wait a second though. Is it wine colored? The bottle is actually colored.
Yeah, let me put it this way, guys. Don't buy Woodbridge for a Mother's Day gift, for moms or your wife or anything like that. They're worth a little bit more than the 4-pack of Woodbridge that this comes in.
You know who would be a good person to buy this for? Maybe we should give like 4 or 5 bottles of this to Tink. And then we should just leave him in the Overlord's dungeon and see what happens.
Yeah, it could be interesting. It could be interesting. I'm going to tell you right now, if I was to go through 2 or 3 of these little mini bottles, I would be dressed all out in public, wearing nothing but flip-flops, boxer shorts, and a cowboy hat. Maybe I'd ride a lawnmower to the
Love's Country Store.
To Love's Country Store.
First off, that just for clarification, that was not Woodbridge wine. That was high quality Bud Ice.
Bud Ice, I got it. Oh, my apologies. My apologies. So,
our next topic. Oh, the constitutional carry. Somebody brought that up.
Yeah, constitutional carry. So this is our follow up. So as we talked about,
we talked about this on episode 1.
Episode 1. So and we're in episode 3 right now. So we got to do a follow up for it. So it made it through the Senate. And now we're going to go and move on. And it did have a couple of tweaks to it, so it's not a big deal. They were actually pretty minor, as in the verbiage or the signage for private businesses to still disallow.
For like third signs and
stuff like that. Kind of like the 30-06 or the 30-07, not the caliber of 30-06, but the actual sign here in the state of Texas. So, but Abbott actually stated this time, he actually came out and said he will sign it. He just needs it to come across his desk once they get all those little tweaks worked out, and so it's going to become law.
How long do you think before that there will be a mass shooting after this?
I don't think it'll take a mass shooting before they blame this one, just because this vote was 100% along party lines.
Oh, it was completely bipartisan voting?
It was completely partisan. So, I mean, the Republicans, all the Republicans supported, all the Democrats were against it. They got a handful of, police chiefs from Democrat-held cities to come out and say this is a bad idea, stuff like that. One guy said it was a racist law. He gave no proof or follow-up or anything like that, so it was just kind of sad in itself. And then I know there was a concern with
facts
domestic violence.
Matter.
Yeah, facts don't matter. And then one woman had a concern about domestic violence and things like that. How does this pertain to that? But the law clearly states that if you've been convicted of domestic violence, you can't carry a firearm anyways. So her point was kind of moot.
I do think that that the laws that we have in place are valid. I do think that we need to make sure and do a good mental health check, and that if you have any reason on the city, county, federal level that you can't carry, then you shouldn't. But at the same time, I love it whenever people say stuff like, I know it gives you a little bit of a bite. It's prickly on the inside.
It's prickly on the inside.
I love it when people say, Madman, what's your opinion on the Second Amendment? Shall not be infringed. But what shall not be infringed. These men that just came back and wrote this document, they weren't out on some drunken weekend with the frat boys going hunting. They just got through liberating a nation from a tyrannical government. There is a reason it says shall not be infringed. So, in my opinion, the constitutional carry is just an extension of the 2A that we already had. I do think that we need to make sure that things are safe. Maybe we should go back to teaching stuff like firearm training in schools, proper handling, proper techniques, things like that. So that way that we take the responsibility and we put it on the person.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing what liberty is when you make people responsible for their own actions. I mean, I don't even do the whole shall not be infringed thing. I usually just like to point out to people that the first 10 amendments are considered the Bill of Rights. We all learn that in basic government class. And the Bill of Rights are guaranteed. So,
it's almost like,
argument's over.
It's almost like they're your guaranteed right.
Yeah. Plus, I think we need to enforce the laws on the books now before we go writing any new laws.
Well, we knew that the war on drugs worked well. Oh, hey.
And there it is.
There's our timer.
That is a timer to enjoy some more fine.
No, we already finished the Woodbridge.
No, the Woodbridge. Okay,
we can take a sip of the Fall Creek Classic now.
Classic. Okay, cool.
All right.
Are you supposed to swish it around your mouth? I'm not real sure.
I don't know, but after the Woodbridge, I'm definitely swishing it around in my mouth to get that.
Wow, that is absolutely different.
You can actually taste it. It doesn't taste like fermented Kool-Aid. It's actually
not like
different.
Beer versus light beer. I mean, it's
you can taste the difference.
Absolutely, there's a huge difference on this one.
We got 4 people in the room, and judging by the expression on people's faces, I would be willing to say Fall Creek. Fall Creek won this.
Fall Creek.
Fall Creek.
Okay.
Fall Creek. All right, we've got nods and hand signals saying that Fall Creek won this. So, thank you for tuning in.
Hold on.
Oh, hold on.
I can use the Woodbridge almost like a gavel.
Do not try that with the Fall Creek because you will end up you'll end up breaking the bottle. You might accidentally get into a bar fight if you're making eye contact with somebody.
Wrong. But you could throw this thing against the wall on the Woodbridge. It's not gonna break it. It'll just fit right in your pocket too.
I'm pretty sure it just break the wall.
Is that Woodbridge in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me, Madman?
Why can it not be both? You are extremely sensitive right now.
That is true.
Thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman. Stay tuned next week.
We forgot shout-outs.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, we
haven't got there yet.
All right.
Why don't you slow your roll? I think you're getting overly emotional because of this wine.
It's the Woodbridge. It's making me.
I'm gonna give you a tissue for multiple reasons.
I want none of your tissues.
So next week we'll be comparing 2 more alcohols of yesteryear and today. More quality and a more quantity classes.
Well, we'll see.
And special shout out to Deep Dallas Radio that airs us with Locked and Loaded in the 4 o'clock hour on Saturdays.
Special shout out to our sponsor, GiftedChicken.com, home to all your beard, bath, and body needs. Veteran owner and operator right here in North Texas. And remember, a world full of chickens, be a rooster.
You have been listening to Whiskey and Wine.